What if I told you that high blood pressure isn't just about numbers on a screen, but small, invisible habits you barely notice each day? Habits that quietly wear down your heart, your energy, and your future without a single warning sign. You do what you're told. You take the meds, show up for checkups, try to stay active. And yet, the readings creep up. The doctor frowns. And deep down you wonder, am I missing something? If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. We're going to shine a light on the hidden mistakes millions over 50 make without even realizing it, and more importantly, how to fix them. Because managing your blood pressure doesn't have to be confusing, overwhelming, or exhausting. It just takes clarity, consistency, and a few small changes that work with your life, not against it. If you've ever felt frustrated, stuck, or simply curious about why your numbers won't budge, stay with me. And if any part of this hits home, drop a comment and share your experience. You're not alone. Like what you hear? Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next step on your journey to better health. Let's get started. 1. Skipping or mishandling medication. One of the most common mistakes people over 50 make with high blood pressure is skipping medication, or not taking it the way it's meant to be taken. It sounds simple, but this one habit quietly unravels everything you're working to protect. Maybe you forget a dose here and there. Maybe you take it a little later than usual or stop for a few days when you feel fine. It doesn't feel like a big deal in the moment, especially when there are no symptoms reminding you what's at stake. But here's the truth. Blood pressure medicine doesn't work like a painkiller. It's not about feeling better right away. It's about reducing pressure where you can't see it, on your heart, your arteries, and your brain. When doses are missed or taken at the wrong time, the protection breaks down. Your blood pressure may spike suddenly even if you feel okay. Over time, those little spikes cause damage that builds in silence until something serious, like a stroke or heart failure, forces it into the light. And it's not just forgetfulness. Some stop because of side effects, or they think they don't need it anymore since their numbers look good. Others stretch prescriptions to save money. These decisions feel reasonable in the moment, but they put your heart at risk without you realizing it. The good news is that this is completely fixable. It starts with one shift, turning your medication into a daily habit, not a daily question. Take it at the same time every day. Use a pill box, an alarm, a note on the fridge, whatever works for you. If you ever miss a dose, don't guess or double up. Call your doctor. They're there to help, not judge. If the side effects bother you, speak up. There are always options: adjusted doses, alternative meds, ways to help you feel better and stay protected. And if cost is the issue, don't carry that alone. Many doctors can help you find lower-cost generics or programs that reduce the burden. Your health is worth the conversation. The key is consistency. This isn't about being perfect. It's about building trust with your body, one day, one pill at a time. And if your blood pressure looks normal, that's not a reason to stop. That's a sign it's working. Reframe how you see your medication. It's not a burden. It's a quiet act of protection. It's a vote for more mornings, more energy, more time with the people you love. Every time you take that pill, you're telling your heart, I've got you. Keep going. 2. Eating hidden sodium. You might think you're doing everything right because you don't reach for the salt shaker. But the truth is, most of the sodium that raises blood pressure doesn't come from what you add. It's already in the food. And you may not even know it. Hidden salt is one of the biggest traps for people trying to manage their blood pressure, especially after 50. It shows up in places that feel safe. Bread, canned soup, salad dressing, deli meats, crackers. Even food labeled heart-healthy or low-fat can be packed with it. It's frustrating. You're trying to eat better, make smart choices, follow the rules. But behind the label, sodium sneaks in, raising your blood volume, putting extra strain on your arteries, and pushing your pressure higher little by little. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to salt. Kidneys slow down, blood vessels stiffen, and the margin for error shrinks. What might have been fine in your 30s or 40s now carries more risk, and you may not feel it until something serious happens. But you're not powerless. One of the most effective things you can do for your heart doesn't cost anything. It's simply this: start reading the label. Not just the calories or the fat, but the sodium. Look for numbers under 140 milligrams per serving when you can. And watch out for portion sizes. One can may have 3 servings. If you're using canned foods like beans or vegetables, rinse them under water. That alone can wash away a surprising amount of salt. Choose fresh or frozen foods without added sauces. And when you cook, reach for herbs, garlic, lemon, or vinegar instead of the salt shaker. You'll be amazed how much flavor is still there. Your taste buds can change. If you've eaten salty foods for years, lower sodium options might seem bland at first. But stick with it. In a few weeks, your sense of taste will adjust. You'll start to notice how good real food tastes without the salt hiding it. You don't need to give up the foods you love. You just need to understand what's inside them. Every small shift, switching a snack, checking a label, rinsing a can, is a step toward less pressure on your heart and more control in your hands. Reframe it like this. Cutting sodium isn't about restriction. It's about giving your heart room to breathe. It's about making your meals work for you, not against you. And every bite becomes a quiet step toward balance, energy, and a life that feels steadier from the inside out. 3. Not checking BP regularly. One of the most dangerous habits people over 50 fall into is not checking their blood pressure regularly. It's easy to rely on the annual doctor visit or a quick check during a pharmacy run. But those moments only show a snapshot, not the full story. Blood pressure isn't steady. It rises and falls all day, affected by stress, food, rest, movement, even your thoughts. One good reading at the doctor's office doesn't mean you're in the clear. And one bad one might just reflect a stressful morning. The real danger is what you don't see. Silent spikes, quiet trends, tiny shifts that, over time, wear down your arteries, stress your heart, and inch you closer to a crisis without a single symptom to warn you. High blood pressure often doesn't feel like anything, until it's too late. It's not about living in fear. It's about giving yourself insight. A home monitor becomes more than a device. It's a tool that gives you control. It tells you what your body is doing when no one's watching, and that information can save your life. You don't need anything fancy. Many home monitors today are simple, accurate, and designed for ease. Find one with a large display, one-button operation, and a cuff that fits your arm comfortably. Your pharmacist or doctor can help you choose one that suits you best. Pick one time each day to check, like first thing in the morning before coffee, before stress sets in. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Keep your feet flat. Rest your arm at heart level. I don't talk during the reading. And don't panic at a single high number. What matters is the pattern over time. Write it down. Use a notebook, a calendar, or an app, whatever feels easiest. Bring it with you to your next appointment. Your doctor can't help if they don't have the full picture. And nothing tells the story better than your own numbers. Some people avoid monitoring because they're afraid of what they'll find. But here's the truth. What you don't know can hurt you. And what you do know gives you power. When you check regularly, you're not waiting for bad news. You're catching things early. You're steering the ship. Reframe this habit as an act of care, not control. You're not being obsessive. You're being proactive. You're giving your future more chances, not fewer. Each reading is a quiet check-in, a moment of awareness, a sign that your health matters. Because it does, and so do you. Your blood pressure isn't just a number, it's a conversation your body is having with you. When you listen regularly, you speak back with strength, intention, and love. That's not fear. That's wisdom. 4. Letting stress go unchecked. One of the biggest threats to heart health after 50 is something many people never think to mention: unmanaged stress. It doesn't scream for attention like chest pain or shortness of breath, but it works quietly in the background every single day. Maybe it's the constant worrying about loved ones. Maybe it's the loneliness that sneaks in when routines change or people drift away. Or maybe it's the pressure to stay strong, to not complain, to just push through like you've always done. But the body doesn't ignore stress just because you've learned to. Inside, your heart is listening. And when stress piles up, your body stays in a fight or flight mode that was only meant for emergencies, not everyday life. When that happens, your blood vessels stay tight. Your heart beats harder and faster. stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline rise. Over time, this leads to higher blood pressure, more wear on your arteries, and a heart that never gets to rest. You may not notice the effects right away, but they show up in the quiet moments, when you can't sleep, when your chest feels heavy, or when your doctor says your numbers are climbing again, even though your lifestyle hasn't changed. The fix doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a retreat or a therapist on speed dial. You just need to make space, every day, for calm. 5 minutes of deep breathing in the morning. A short walk outside in the evening. Quiet music, soft light, and no screens before bed. Even small actions help your body shift back into balance. Movement releases tension. Gratitude softens the mind. Talking to someone you trust opens a door you might not even know has been shut. It's not weakness to feel stress. It's human. And it takes strength to face it with kindness. If you've carried tension for years, it's not too late to let some of it go. You don't have to solve everything. You just have to start noticing what you carry, and give yourself permission to set some of it down. Reframe stress management as care, not luxury. It's not something you do once you're calm. It's how you get there. When you tend to your peace of mind, you protect your heart, your sleep, your energy, and your relationships. Think of it this way. Just like brushing your teeth keeps problems from starting, caring for your stress keeps your pressure from climbing. It tells your body you're safe. It gives your heart the pause it's been waiting for. Because you deserve calm. Not just in rare moments, but in your daily rhythm. One breath, one step, one choice at a time. That's how healing begins. And that's how pressure starts to ease, not only on the monitor, but in your life. 5. Physical inactivity. It's easy to believe that resting more as we get older is just part of the process. After all, your body aches more, energy fades quicker, and sometimes even standing up feels like a chore. But too much stillness can slowly start working against you, especially when it comes to your heart. Many people assume that being careful means being inactive, that protecting your body means doing less. But the truth is, when movement disappears from your daily life, your body loses its rhythm, muscles weaken, blood slows, and your heart ends up working harder just to keep up. Physical inactivity is one of the most silent but powerful drivers of high blood pressure. When you don't move, your circulation struggles. Your arteries stiffen, and your heart, once strong and efficient, becomes overworked by even simple tasks. You may not feel the damage right away, but it builds slowly. You start to feel out of breath going up the stairs. You notice your balance feels shaky. You're tired more often, and recovery from basic errands takes longer than it should. The good news is, you don't need intense workouts to reverse the trend. You just need movement, gentle, regular, and something you actually enjoy. A daily walk. Light stretches after breakfast. Chair exercises during your favorite show. Try breaking up long periods of sitting. Set a timer to stand and move every 30 to 60 minutes. March in place, roll your shoulders, reach overhead, or just walk to the next room. These short bursts remind your body to stay alert and active. If you enjoy music, put on a song and dance for a few minutes. If you like nature, take your movement outside. Let your surroundings lift your spirit while your heart enjoys the rhythm. The key is to make movement feel rewarding, not punishing. And if pain or fear of falling holds you back, talk to your doctor or a physical therapist. They can help you build a safe plan that matches your current strength and goals. You're not too old to move. You just need the right starting point. Reframe activity not as exercise, but as expression, as connection. Every time you move, you're telling your body you still care, still belong, still have places to go. Movement is a language, and your heart understands every step. Physical activity is not just for the young. It's for anyone who wants to stay strong, independent, and connected to the life they love. Even 10 minutes a day can change the way your body feels, the way your heart functions, and the way you carry yourself. Because when you move with intention, your heart listens, and what it hears is that you're still here, still capable, still choosing strength, one small step at a time. 6. Overusing caffeine or alcohol. For many people over 50, a hot cup of coffee in the morning, or a glass of wine at dinner, is part of a daily ritual. It feels simple, comforting, even deserved. But when those habits quietly grow into something more frequent or more necessary, they can start to shift from helpful to harmful. The tricky part is how subtle it all seems. A second cup of coffee to push through the afternoon, a little extra wine to relax before bed, no alarms go off. But behind the scenes, your heart feels the strain. Caffeine is a stimulant. It narrows your blood vessels and increases your heart rate. That means more pressure inside your system, especially if your body is already dealing with hypertension. For some, it wears off quickly. For others, especially as we age, the effects linger longer and hit harder. Alcohol adds another layer. In small amounts, it might feel relaxing. But regular use, even a little more than one drink a day, can raise blood pressure, interfere with your medication, and mess with your sleep and hydration. And when your body processes alcohol more slowly with age, those effects build up fast. The solution isn't to give up your rituals completely. It's about being intentional. Try switching your second coffee to decaf, or skipping it altogether and reaching for herbal tea or warm lemon water. Trade wine for something soothing and alcohol-free a few nights a week. You'll likely notice deeper sleep and steadier energy, and your blood pressure may thank you for it. This is not about restriction. It's about relief. It's about choosing habits that serve your health, not steal from it. When you cut back mindfully, you're not giving anything up. You're giving yourself more clarity, better sleep, and stronger days ahead. Reframe these changes as a gift, not a sacrifice. You're still in charge of your choices. But now you're choosing with more awareness, more compassion, and more care for the heart that's carried you this far. And that's something worth toasting, with or without the wine. 7. Not communicating with your doctor. One of the most overlooked mistakes in managing blood pressure is not talking openly with your doctor. Not because people don't care, but because many don't want to complain, take up time, or admit when something feels off. You might skip over symptoms, thinking they're too small to matter. Or maybe you assume your doctor already knows how you're doing. But silence doesn't mean stability. It just means your care team is working with half the picture. Blood pressure changes with life, stress, sleep, medications, even weather. If your doctor doesn't hear what's really happening between visits, they can't adjust your treatment in ways that could help or protect you. And then there are side effects. People stop taking meds because they feel dizzy, tired, or uncomfortable, but never bring it up. The risk builds quietly. A dose that's too strong or too weak can leave your heart vulnerable, all while you're trying to do everything right. The fix starts with one small shift: speak up. Bring your home readings to every appointment. Mention anything that feels different, even if it seems minor. If you start a new supplement, feel off balance, or just feel unsure, tell them. You deserve answers, not assumptions. And if going into the office is hard, ask about phone calls or video check-ins. Many clinics offer options that make it easier to stay connected without leaving home. Your care doesn't stop between visits, and your voice is part of the treatment. Reframe the conversation. You're not being difficult, you're being responsible. Clear, honest communication helps your doctor do their job better, and helps your treatment actually work for you. You're not just a patient. You're a partner in your care. And when you speak up, you give your health team the power to support you fully, clearly, and in the way you deserve. That's not a bother. That's smart care. By now you might be asking yourself a powerful question. If these habits are so common and so harmful, why don't more people talk about them? The answer is both simple and revealing. We've been taught that aging means decline. That slowing down, staying quiet, and accepting discomfort is just part of growing old. But what if that belief is holding you back? What if the real problem isn't your body, but the silence around how to care for it? Many older adults do everything they've been told. They take the pills, go to the checkups, try to eat better. But deep down they're still frustrated, still uncertain, still wondering why their numbers stay high. That's not failure. That's a lack of clarity. No one ever taught you how much these quiet habits matter. And no one told you that you deserve real answers, not just instructions but understanding. This is your chance to shift how you see your health. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to fix everything overnight. But you do deserve to feel informed, empowered, and cared for. You are not the problem. You are the solution in motion. Every choice you make, every question you ask, every habit you shift is a declaration that your health matters and your life is worth protecting. Managing blood pressure is not about chasing perfection. It's about staying consistent with small, smart choices that build strength from the inside out. You've now seen the most common mistakes that often go unnoticed. Skipping medication, ignoring salt, staying still, holding in stress, avoiding checkups. All of them can be turned around starting today. Your heart deserves more than guesswork. It deserves care, attention, and your quiet commitment to protect it, one habit at a time. If any part of this video felt familiar, leave a comment and share your experience. Someone out there may need to hear they're not alone. And if you found value in this message, like the video and subscribe for more clear, encouraging guidance made for you. Share this with a friend who's on a similar path. Because when we learn together, we grow stronger together. Your future is still in your hands, and it starts with one simple step.